Man, you guys are all about that. I swear to God.
Wouldn't you be if you got the chance, though?
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on the day.
Yeah.
I know today is not that day. I was camping this weekend. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mayhem's Amigos. I'm TJ. That is Adam. Over here is Chronic Chris. And, oh, Lord. What a day already, right? It's insane. So, like I said, I was camping this weekend. And I did have a good time. Here's kind of the long and the short of it, though. I did not sleep worth a damn the whole time I was out there, right?
Okay.
I mean, not at all. I mean, just not at all. Did not sleep worth a damn.
That kind of seems to be the thing. You either sleep really well or you don't sleep well at all.
Right. Right.
I know if I'm out camping, I don't want to sleep. I want to sit there and get fucking hammered.
Yeah. Tends to work that way too.
Yeah. Get a good campfire going. Get some drinks.
Oh, we did. We did. I mean, we had
talk.
We did. We had a great campfire going. I wish I knew how to play guitar because I would have been out there strumming along on an acoustic. Because it would have just been perfect for it. And it was one of the nicer state parks that I've ever been to.
Okay.
Let me serenade you real quick.
Oh, good Lord.
Oh,
you just got to show off.
It's like, here we go again.
Just got, it's bad enough
I've been taking lessons. I've been taking lessons. I've been taking guitar lessons and I've been taking vocal lessons.
Well, I mean, just keep in mind that part of guitar lessons and part of playing guitar should not be trying to smash the thing on the stage. Yeah!
Mm-hmm.
But no, like I said, I mean, it was a good weekend. I had a lot of fun. But when it came time to go to sleep, man, I was up every 2 hours. And I was using a lot of different stuff that I hadn't used before. Like, I realized that my motorcycle tent is exactly that. It's a tent for my motorcycle, not me.
Well, when you sniff the white stuff, it'll keep you awake.
I wasn't on any of that. Why you blame? Good Lord.
You tried a bunch of stuff you've never tried before.
Yeah.
I've done cocaine before.
Wait, you got a tent for your motorcycle?
Yeah, I got a tent for my motorcycle.
And you couldn't fit your
I thought you
ass under there with the
tent
mic
over your motorcycle, or because of your motorcycle.
I do that too, but still. No, I mean, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be a 2-person tent with a garage for the motorcycle. All right, so I set this thing up, and I'm like, good God, you almost need an engineering degree to set this fucking thing up to begin with. I mean, it's ridiculous. Then once you do get it set up, then you're looking at it like, what the?
Hey, I have no respect for engineers anymore.
What? When did you ever?
I still had a little bit of respect for the Dodge engineers. And I still think they're doing all right. Well, no. Takes an hour and a half to change out a battery on a fucking Avenger. Should take.
Well, yeah, I could have told you that.
Yeah, I don't really have much respect for engineers.
Oh yeah, happy NASCAR day to all of you NASCAR fans out there.
Daytoga 500 at the Top
Toga.
Fuel Saloon today. Are you wearing your toga?
Toga.
Why are you not wearing a toga? We still see your titties.
Because I'm showing off the new ink today.
In case anybody did not see Chronic Chris's Facebook profile when he put the new ink up 3 days ago.
No, I didn't actually share that to Facebook.
That's where I got it
in private groups.
Did you put it on? Oh, you put it in Messenger. That's right.
Yeah, I shared it in Messengers.
At the Asgard group. That's where I saw it.
Now, the girl that did this tattoo, she had a black tooth grin tattoo on one side of her face and a Cowboys from Hell on the other side of her face. And I'm like, oh, cool. I want to get the Diamond Vinny, just the silhouettes. but it's got to say Van Halen underneath it. And she looked at me and said, why? I said, if you need to ask, you need to take that shit off your face.
Right?
Yeah.
Van Halen was Diamond Benny's favorite band before every show they got together. And Van Halen, their little mantra to go out on stage, let it all hang out, just go crazy and have a good time. And Dime's last words were Van Halen.
Wow. So let's see. This morning I was just kind of cruising through Facebook, and I saw that Trucker Chris is driving through East Tennessee. The mountains are covered in snow. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to you boys up in Appalachia firing up your whiskey stills right now. I hope you get it done because there's plenty of people who have not been blinded by moonshine.
Yeah. They just need
and
to
there she is back from the dead.
That ain't Irene.
Hey, Irene.
That is not Irene.
That's Irene.
Yeah. Yes,
Irene,
Chris.
we got a problem. Chris is showing off his titties.
What? Oh.
I mean, for crying out loud.
Okay, then this must be the first time I've ever seen Irene without makeup.
Yeah, I don't have any makeup on, and I've been sick.
Chris, I think it's a little cold at your house.
Better? I mean, how's everything going?
It's cold in here.
It's going.
We're glad to
Everybody
see you around and about now.
Yeah.
Sort of about. Like, I still am using a walker. Like,
hey,
I fell down the other
better
day.
than alternatives.
That's true. I'm alive.
Forward progression is forward progression.
Yes. No longer on the table getting CPR done on me.
Yeah.
Right. Which, I mean, I know somebody who got mad about that.
Who was mad about that?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say his name, but it rhymes with peeve.
Oh, he was mad that I got CPR done?
No, he was mad because he felt like you were taking all the attention away from him.
Oh.
He was mad because he couldn't be the one to give you CPR.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably a little bit of that too. You're probably right.
I'm sure they saw my titties.
So I was hoping to go see the Bob Marley movie today, but my plans got changed.
I actually talked to my daughter a little bit about that today, and she said, don't.
Why?
She said that her and her fiance, it was a terrible movie, and her and her fiance fell asleep in the movie theater trying to watch the Bob Marley movie.
I will be the judge of that. I know more about Bob Marley than his children.
You obviously do.
Yeah.
Does he know who his children are?
Huh?
Bob Marley? Probably not. I think he's pretty, or if he was still alive, he'd be pretty well stoned and not remember his kids. So
yeah.
No, because someone tried to put some facts on Bob Marley, and I'm like, no, dude, you need to back up a little bit. He said Bob Marley did convert to Christianity at the end of his life, but it was not Christianity as we know it here in the United States. It was a Nigerian form of Christianity, which is like really weird and different.
okay, well,
It can be.
Huh?
there's a lot of things that are out there that are really weird and different. I mean,
Yeah.
look at most of my friends. You know, I've got to be honest about it.
But either way, I'm excited to see it. I want to see it. I've been a huge Bob Marley fan since I was a kid.
All right, so I got to show you guys something, man. Check this out. So yesterday, while we're out camping, I had the old percolator pot out. What was that?
Irene looks like she's playing with the glowworm.
It's an Ewok.
It's an Ewok.
Oh.
Oh.
It's hood.
Irene's at her house stroking her Ewok.
Don't worry. Look what I got nearby.
Is she?
Yep. She's all prepared.
Massager.
Yep.
Yeah. Hold on. Let's demonstrate. Oh, oops.
That thing sounds like a weed eater.
That thing sounds like a Wookiee.
It's a percussion. Yeah.
I
am
cannot
the
believe
Wookiee.
you've got a vibrator there
All right,
that sounds
I'll
like a
stop
kaiju. It's insane. It's a vibrator.
Ugh.
It sounds like a kaiju.
Yeah. It's Godzilla's vibrator.
It does it all. Massages your back, gooch.
Well, there you go. So it takes care of everything.
Yep.
All right.
Real
So
quick, I just wanted to say, this week on Tuesday and Thursday, me and Slider got 2 different interviews for the station. On Tuesday, we're talking to the band Mass Punishment about their new single. And this is going to be our second interview for this album. Every time they release a single for the album, me and Jim hit them up with an interview. And then Thursday, the long-awaited new single from Raven Black was just released last week. We already have it, and we're talking to her Friday about it, or Thursday about it.
Hell yeah. That is good news.
Yep.
Oh, yes. I'm obviously back in the studio.
Yay, there's a bell.
All right.
Plus, we got a new girl working behind the scenes, and she's staying behind the scenes, so TJ will never see her.
Oh,
It's
no.
safer that way.
Why would that be a concern?
Because if you see her, you're probably not going to be with us much longer.
What?
Dude, like what?
Huh?
TJ will have a heart attack? Is that what you're
I
saying?
could see. Let's just say
Are you saying that I would cross professional boundaries for my own self-gratification?
Oh, with her,
Never.
you definitely would. She is a 6 foot tall blonde with a mohawk and an ass like a dump truck.
Well, we do like dump trucks.
Maybe not so much my type, but I know somebody. and I'm going to even go one step further with that. I know a girl that 6 foot tall.
I need a bell.
6 foot tall, ass like a dump truck, mohawk, blonde. Is she like extreme girly or kind of more on the mask side?
She is a very girly metal chick.
Oh, never mind. Nope. The girly would turn her off. Never mind.
But more metal than girly.
That might actually make up for the girly then. And Steve, I would never.
I mean, she's not one that's going to be like, my name is Samantha.
Could be worse. You could hear, it'll be much better after the, yeah.
Me and my wife got put in that situation today. We're at the shoe store getting shoes for my wife, and we still, to this moment, can't decide whether that was a girl or a guy behind the counter.
It was Pat.
Yeah.
It was!
Oh.
Are you
It
a
was
brother
Pat.
or are you a sister? I'm an only child. Were your diapers blue or were they pink? They were all white back then. Fucking Julia Sweeney. I loved her.
Yes, I miss Pat. Yeah, I cannot believe that you guys actually believe that I would cross a professional boundary for my own self-gratification.
I thought this was a hobby, TJ.
It still has to be conducted with some sort of professionalism.
A smidge.
Here's the professionalism. Slider already called dibs.
Oh, well, go for it. All right, so check this out. I've been trying to get into telling about this. Yesterday morning, I got the fire going when I woke up while we were out camping. And I actually dug something out to use it, the old percolator pot, and got the coffee cooking over the fire, right? Well, I had to do a couple things in the tent to get some, get the day going, cook breakfast and whatnot. And I've got some metal coffee, metal cups that I use when I'm out camping. And I set it on the grate over the fire. to kind of stay warm. You see where this is going.
Oh, TJ done burnt his hand.
Yet again.
That's going to make it really hard to spank. You realize?
Well, I mean, it's not like burn bad, but you can kind of see where the handle of the cup was at.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, man.
Especially on that middle finger and ring finger.
Yeah. And then I got the palm of my hand a little bit too, but
when did this happen?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of stung. Really? What is this going to be? Compare everybody's vibrator today?
What? It's just an additional tool I use when it comes to Julie.
Real, as Steve says, did it hurt? Yes, it hurt. I mean,
I felt like beans on pillows.
I'm just like, ouch! And I dropped my coffee. And this was my good coffee, you know, it was percolator coffee that had Jameson and Bailey's in it.
Oh, so good Irish coffee.
Very good Irish coffee, correct.
Mm.
Man, I've still got some of the Jameson left.
You getting ready for St. Patrick's Day?
Well, I've always got to let me Irish fly a little bit.
Aye.
Yeah, I know you didn't feel anything, Steve.
He hasn't for years.
Yeah, right. What's it been? About 17 years now, and you haven't felt it?
I know. How much older was he since his cousin?
Oh, man, that's a good question.
Yeah.
He was 19. She was 14.
That was his cousin?
Oh, I'm assuming so.
I thought that
I'm
was
assuming he told me.
I thought that was a 14-year-old hooker.
It could have been. It could be both.
Wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, it could have been.
I'm well aware.
That is just wrong on so many levels.
But what do you do? I mean, there's some people that's kind of their thing.
As weird as it is.
I'm sorry. If you are a legal adult and it's your thing to go mess with a 14-year-old, either keep that in your head or...
Yeah, right. There was the story about the one guy. Oh, he says, no, not a cousin or a hooker, just an 8th grader. And he was in college.
Yeah, because that makes it better.
Yeah, right.
She's like 13.
14. She was 14. Get it right.
Yes.
That's when I lost my V card, but he was 16.
Oh,
so we were both,
5 years, or take what grade you're in, add 5, and that's the age.
Take what grade you are? That doesn't work now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, because you got the 16-year-old 5th grader.
Right.
14 is 18. That's still kind of.
I mean, I think Rage was a 16-year-old 5th grader. Oh, well.
Explains a lot.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, even though, Irene and Adam missed last week's show, but man, Chris and I we actually got to relive the past for a bit. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. What happened?
Trucker Chris and Rage were on with us. And that goes all the way back to when Unleashed really came out. And when it initially was when I gave it mind birth after its conception, Okay. And dude, we had a lot of fun back in those days, didn't we, Chris?
Hell yeah.
So Unleashed family reunion.
In a way it was. I'm almost tempted to go back and do a quick recap on it and lift up a couple of the clips that we had. We had some good stuff just off the cuff that just happened.
Cool.
Of course, with Rage on, you immediately start talking about wrestling. That has not changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much good to say most of the time.
I will say, I got away from watching it for a while. I was like, yeah, okay. It's the same old thing over and over again. I'm bored. But with Triple H in charge and what they've been writing and how they've been doing with it, I've actually been kind of getting into it again. And they even went and did the one thing that nobody thought of doing, and they finally did it, and they made The Rock a heel again.
Yeah, put him as part of the bloodline.
Triple H, The Rock will still whoop his ass.
The Rock is a heel again.
Mm-hmm.
He's back wrestling again?
Hey, yeah, he's back. He actually stood in Salt Lake City, Utah, and he said, "You all have set a record for the single largest gathering of inbred retards that I have ever seen in my life."
Hey.
Apparently, he's never been to a country music festival.
Oh, no, it was Trailer Park Trash.
Yeah.
Mm.
Similar.
But my God, man, I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And then he's throwing a fit that Cody Rhodes is getting his rematch finally.
Which,
and I'm like,
he didn't reference that Cody had to go back through and like earn his way to WrestleMania through Royal Rumble again.
Yeah. Is
so
my
it's not like he just
still in
got
wrestling?
I've been kind of watching some through like YouTube after the fact.
Is my future ex-wife still in WWE?
Which one?
Rhonda.
No, she's on a break right now. Has been for almost a year.
Checked on her in a while.
It was after WrestleMania that her and Shayna Baszler had a big falling out, and then Rhonda ended up leaving because Baszler beat her. I don't know though. I mean,
is it just me, or does anyone else out there think that Stephanie McMahon is uglier in the Garden Gnome?
I think too. Every time I turn around, her titties keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and
but
bigger.
Her face looks like she got smashed by a garbage truck.
Yeah, I don't think she's attractive. I don't know that I would say she's less attractive than a garden gnome, depending upon said garden gnome. I have seen quite a few. Not saying that I'm gonna smash a garden gnome or nothing though.
Okay, hang on. Timeout. I want to rewind on that. You have hallucinated enough that you have seen an actual garden gnome?
No, like the statues of garden gnomes.
Okay.
My mom and stepsister were both crazy about using garden gnomes in their gardens and stuff. So
well, that's like the people that don't know half of what they should know about like the motorcycle community. And the one student that I had going, well, why haven't you bought a bell and hung it up on your bike yet?
Not everybody does that.
And I'm like, number one, you're not supposed to buy the bell. It's supposed to be given to you.
Yeah.
And number two, no.
I'll give you a bell for your bike, TJ.
Well, I'm sure you won't.
No, I probably won't, because
I mean, I think you'd be all right if I just wrecked the bike. You'd be like, okay, TJ's gone now.
R.I.P.
Ain't got to deal with that no more.
Yeah, see?
Sorry, people. I'm weirdo about death. I cried more when my cat died than I did when my grandma died. And I loved my grandma.
No, I'll tell you what would happen is if something was to happen to me tomorrow, Chris would be the first one calling everybody going, party at my house.
Kegger.
Yes,
it ain't going to be Kegger. He's going to be breaking out whatever hard liquor he can find.
Say, I hope you have all the songs there for your funeral, TJ, all set up like Chris
God,
did.
man, I don't have that list like somebody else I know. I'm not going to say any names, but I don't have a list all wrote out like somebody else I know that's ready for his own death. Not to mention any names, but
Well, just my belief is I'm not afraid of it. If it's ready for me, I'm ready for it.
you know, and I kind of came to terms with it a long time ago. I'm like,
Yeah.
everybody dies.
Yeah, I came to terms with it a long time ago, when I was having my cancer scare that many years ago. So, yeah.
I mean, death is kind of like shit. Everybody poops, everybody dies.
Yeah.
Within the last year, I've had 5 different doctors tell me either A, I'm lucky to be alive, or B, I'm lucky I can fucking walk.
Mm.
Hell, I'm surprised you could breathe half the time.
Well, a little over a year ago, I broke 7 ribs in my T3 vertebrae and found out that I had previously broken my neck in the kill spot.
Yeah.
Ooh. How'd you manage that?
I saw a picture.
Some old lady ran a red light and fucking T-boned my ass at like 70 miles an hour.
Damn.
The car was destroyed. It was insane. I couldn't believe how bad it was, but you know, Chris still survived, and
Yay.
We just can't get rid of this bastard.
well,
hey, I told the kid I work with, man, that bitch fucking smoked me, and I was actually trying to get up, like out of my car, like I was trying to get up and get out and find out what the fuck was going on. And the cop kept having to tell me, dude, you need to sit still until the medic gets here. I'm like, no, let me up.
going back I'm going back into my messenger here because didn't you send me the original picture on Messenger?
I think so.
Okay, there's where I sent you the picture of me on my bike right after I got it. So we got to go back before that.
This is TJ on his bicycle.
Oh, don't feel bad, dude. I got to hear something I haven't heard for a while. The guy goes, I am Merlin. I am Merlin. I'm not Marvin. I'm like, uh-oh. I like to stick vibrators in teddy bears.
Hey, whatever floats your boat, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, really? Marv, really? Wow. I love Marvin to death, but there are times where I'm just like, okay, man, you're a little more weirded out than normal. This is not right.
Was he on shrooms?
Are you getting a picture of your wreck, Chris?
I'm trying to find it. I know I have it in here.
Yeah, right. I was going to say I wanted to show the car because
fluffy.
Yep,
dude. I mean, when you sent me that picture, I was like, "How the actual fuck did you walk away from that?" And that really did. That blew me away. I could not believe that was that bad. Now here we are. It's been almost a year now, hasn't it?
It's been a little over a year.
Okay, so it was a little. Matter of fact, I think you sent me that shortly after I moved to Texas. Yeah, just send it to me in Messenger real quick, and I'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, hold on one second.
All right.
Okay, forward.
Yeah, I'll just share it this way. That way, you can actually see it.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Yeah, when I saw this, I could not believe,
Well, and I said I didn't even see it coming, and I'm glad too, because if I would have seen it coming, I probably would have hit my brakes and she would have hit me right on the driver's side door instead of right behind the driver's side door.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so here you go, everybody. This is the car. What's left of it?
Holy cow.
That was my baby, the Gray Ghost. And you know, when I went to the junkyard to where they towed it to get the shit out of it, when I opened up the door, the dome light lit up really good. So I put the key in and it cranked.
Did it fire?
It cranked and it fired. Yeah.
I'll be damned. But yeah, that car was rear-ended. That goes to show you what a Pontiac Grand Prix can tolerate. But
Well,
that
I mean,
car was
basically-
rear-ended.
It basically folded in half because I bought that car in Illinois and I drove it back and forth to the gas station every single day for 2 years and then back and forth to the Top Fuel Saloon every day for 3 years.
Right.
And Illinois roads, the frame on that car was gone.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
Roads
No
haven't
guess
gotten much
on that one.
better.
I mean, I was already in the market for a new car, and then that lady just kind of helped me out a little bit.
Just kind of
Yeah.
pushed it along.
Yeah.
Illinois roads are a good reason why people should support the Asgard thing for the local traveling bands, in case they blow a tire or something like that. 'Cause these roads suck.
Illinois roads are a good reason to leave Illinois.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was just talking about the bridge over Briggs Street at I-80 the other day. And how if
shit.
I go up to Illinois and I have to go that way, I literally get off 2 exits before and I fight traffic to avoid that bridge.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
It
It's
is
an awful
due to
road.
collapse at any moment.
And you're lucky you would be on it when it did collapse.
It's just waiting on you, Chris. It's waiting on you.
Probably.
Going, come on, where is that hippie? Where is that hippie? I'm going to collapse right when that nice new car gets on the bridge.
You gotta be halfway across before it crumbles.
Yeah, right? That way you got no way to swim back.
You know?
Oh no, that bridge ain't over water.
What's it
Mhm.
over?
Over Briggs Street.
Oh,
It's where I-80 crosses over Briggs Street.
okay. Now I know where you're talking about. Yeah. God damn, I'm so tired. Dude, and I walked in the door from this.
That bridge will fall off onto Briggs Street randomly.
Yep, just go ahead and drive under it.
I don't think I want to do that either.
No. I
But
don't
it's
need
just
concrete on top of my vehicle.
Dude, it's just another example of the Illinois infrastructure and how they say, oh, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. What do? They line their pockets and they don't do shit.
You know? Well, heck,
Pretty
former Representative LaHood
Okay.
filed guilty for all of his stuff recently.
Darren
Yeah,
LaHood?
Yeah.
That's all they do in Illinois is line
Yeah.
their pockets. Straight up,
He-
they said they were
he
going to
had, like,
legalize.
9 charges. And instead of trying to plea out or something like that, he just took the charges and pled guilty to them all.
Fucking idiot.
And I'm like,
And this was
great.
Darren
And
LaHood.
Here's how you can tell
I-
how
I
Illinois
believe
is so
so. It might have been
fucking
Ray
corrupt.
LaHood.
I can see if it, Ray, I can kind of see, but I was like, Darren, I thought Darren was still good. Let me look it up here. But
When
Chris, you were saying,
Colorado-
LaHood.
when Colorado and Nevada both legalized weed, within 6 months, they had a surplus of money. Within a year, they were giving money back to their citizens. You know, with the weed they sell and the sports gambling they do now,
Yeah.
you know they have a surplus of money somewhere in Illinois going into someone's pocket.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I don't know what the hell I hit trying to move around.
I think the internet's trying to tell you something.
No,
I'm
the
just kidding.
internet's working fine. That was
Oh.
something right before I left because it was bogging down so far to the point I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't do anything.
Oh, really?
It was bad. And then I called up the company and they go, "Oh, well, we don't know what happened, but you're supposed to be on the top program and they put you on 300 megabytes a month."
I love how conveniently they do that, and they're like, "It was an accident."
I was like, 300 meg a month? That it takes more to check my fucking email. 300
Maybe they thought-
meg a month. What the fuck is wrong with you? 300 meg a month. God. I can't even watch internet porn on 300 meg a month.
It'd be very like laggy and slow. Like it would skip from like the very beginning to the end and be like, God damn
Yeah.
it.
If you can't watch porn on 300 megabytes, you're watching. You're either on the wrong website or you're just watching too much of it.
No, I'm watching it in high def.
Chatterbait.
Let's see.
That's where it's at.
Okay, it was Ray LaHood.
Okay,
According
it was
to-
way all right.
According to WMBD out of Peoria.
WMBD.
Yeah. Former Illinois Congressman Ray LaHood paid a large fine to resolve a federal crime investigation into his financial dealings. The news coming from the Department of Justice Wednesday, March 31st, through the alleged activity happening in 2012.
2012, back when he was
Yeah.
when he was the secretary for Department of Trans.
Yep. According to the DOJ press release, then U.S. Transportation Secretary LaHood took a $50K check from an associate of Gilbert Shakuguri, who was accused of making illegal campaign contributions to presidential and congressional candidates.
Why is it
Crazy.
always the transportation?
Yep.
Well, I mean, come on.
Wasn't the one before that the driver's license guy?
No, that was George Ryan.
Yeah.
Yep.
When he was Secretary of State, that was George Ryan. And he was handing out CDLs like they were candy. Like even Steve could have got a CDL back then.
Oh my.
Now, yeah.
I got my
this is
physical for one on Tuesday. Not the
From
CDL, the
Politico.
DOT physical, so I can drive a DOT tag truck for our company.
Oh, okay.
So from Politico.com, they say that former Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood considered the $50,000 check a loan obtained while he was in office from a billionaire foreign donor.
Sketchy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris, I think we've officially found somebody who has done more drugs than you.
Steve?
No, even more than Steve.
Oh.
I think it's Ray LaHood.
Well, I'll say there's a lot of people that have done more drugs than me. There's not many that really smoke more weed than me, but
There you go, TJ. I sent it to you.
Okay. Oh, you sent it?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like, what the hell? Now, Ray LaHood, like I said, Ray LaHood was in with that Obama administration real tight. I could kind of see it going there. Plus, he's an Illinois fucking politician. They all seem to find their way into prison anyway.
It was someone's turn to go. It's just who was it going to be?
Well,
It's
let's
been a while
see.
since we had one.
hey, if you want to go to jail in Illinois, all you got to do is run for governor.
That's it. You're gonna
Yeah.
find a way to go.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what they're going to do to put JB Pritzker in jail now. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be his turn.
I mean, personally,
Well, are they going to put him in jail, or are they going to try and put him up for president? I've heard rumors the other way. Yeah.
he ain't gonna win.
Mm.
I mean, do you really
from Governor Quimby to President Quimby? Not gonna happen.
Yeah, the last thing I need to see is Spacely Sprocket winding his way up into the White House.
Yeah.
What?
Spacely Sprocket works for him too.
Yeah, he does.
I always thought of him though as a cross between Mayor Quimby and Chief Wiggums.
Yeah. But I think Spacely Sprocket's a better fit.
Damn it, Judson!
Did you see him doing that shit in the Oval or in the governor? Well, no, he's never in the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
No, he spends all his time in Chicago like every other fucking governor of Illinois.
Yeah. And I don't get it. Like, really, the capital is
like at what point
the capital is Springfield,
but the money's in Chicago.
Yep.
Like, when are they just going to turn the governor's mansion into like a place for homeless people? You get more views.
Be better than them sleeping on the bricks at the library.
Yeah.
True. Fact.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I know the perfect person to oversee that.
I would.
I say hire Rage to oversee the homeless living in the governor's mansion and move him and his wife into the master at the governor's mansion.
Oh, my.
No. Because I could already see how this is going to go down.
There's going to be a wrestling ring somewhere.
I was going to say it's going to be bum fights all over.
All right, you got to earn your room tonight.
Yeah.
You know what? Rage would probably wind up in prison on that one for running it, because then he'd be like, well, you got to wrestle to get into this house, and you got to pay me to get in the door. And then he'd start charging at the gate for people to watch it.
Paying entrance
fee for free.
He'd go all fucking corrupt with it, and then he'd be in prison next.
Winner stays, loser pays.
All right, so let me see. Who would be another person that might be a good fit?
Honestly, though, to do something like that, if you could turn the governor's mansion into like a shelter for the homeless, I think veterans would have, if I ran it, veterans would have first priority.
Oh, but you know that the state of Illinois is going to say that's not the case.
I don't give a fuck. These are the guys that fought for your right to be gay, so fuck you.
Yeah, we shouldn't have homeless veterans. I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
Here's what the state of Illinois would do. If they kicked that thing open and moved in homeless people, they'd be like, okay, so the first ones that get priority is the illegal migrants.
Sorry. I can see it happening, but like, ugh.
That's bullshit too. Because
breathe, Chris.
He's getting ready to unload.
Hotels in New York that basically the city came to the hotel owner and said, "You're no longer a hotel. We're gonna pay you this amount of money, and you're gonna house all these migrants." And they couldn't say no. And now their hotels are basically being destroyed by all these migrants that have nowhere else to go.
But you get what I'm saying? Is that would
priority for housing in the United States?
That would be.
I try to stay non-offensive.
That would be exactly how the state of Illinois would work it, though. Is it would be the migrants would get preference, and then it would be hookers. And then it would be drug dealers,
migrants, and then it'd be drug addicts and hookers.
Yeah.
Oh my.
And you're going to go through every single group, and the very last group that might get looked at for a place in there would be the homeless veterans, and all state of Illinois is going to say is, well, why don't you have a fucking job?
Hmm.
And kick them out.
You know, I signed up for the military when I turned 18. I really, really wanted to go. I wanted to do that with my life. Unfortunately, life had other plans for me. But I have a lot of veteran friends, and I've heard them stories, and I've seen a lot of them before they signed up and after they come back home. And they are different when they come back home.
Oh, for sure.
And, you know, if you want to look at a veteran and say, well, why don't you have a job? Blah, blah, blah. Why don't you go do a fucking tour somewhere over there and see how you feel when you come back? See how fucked up you are when you come back.
But I'm telling you, man, and as a veteran, I've experienced that. Did you know that I was actually turned down 4 different times in Springfield for an apartment because I was a veteran?
That's
See, that
bullshit.
ain't right. I'd be talking to the VA or someone about that.
Mhm.
The VA, of course, they had on their application, we have the right to refuse our
For any
products and
reason.
services to anyone, blah, blah, blah. And literally, because I was a veteran, they turned me down.
That sounds backwards. You know what I mean? Like,
And honestly, that's why I don't think I could own a business. Just because, you know,
Well, most of the time, the veterans, if you look at the big corporations, veterans get the preference. If you look at Harley Davidson, veterans get the preference.
right.
If you look at the state of Illinois, veterans are ground hamburger.
Yeah. I'm
that totally
pretty
makes
sure
sense.
me not being a veteran, I'm pretty sure I'm ranked a little bit higher than veterans being disabled, but not
Yeah.
a veteran. And that's pathetic.
And I am a disabled veteran. So let's look at this for a second. Like I walk into a place, they see me as somebody to scam, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's like they look at you, TJ, or even me,
Yeah.
and they're like, how can we get money from the government off
I
of
lost
you?
my camera for a moment.
Mm.
Right. You know what? Hey, give me just a second. I'm going to go out to my car and I'm going to get something that's going to prove my point. You guys, continue on this subject for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I say, I don't know exactly what people have done, but I don't know.
Yeah. I just know, like, usually if I go to a government
Here, ladies and gentlemen, since
research-
TJ's not here and got to talk about something, so we ain't just sitting here being all fucking quiet and shit. Don't forget, April 13th, Saturday, we're having a big ass show at the Top Fuel Saloon. Bunch of bands: Pit Lord, Old Fat Bastard, and the Dirty Sphincters, Prison City Brigade, the Almas, and Heartsick. We also have Jezebel's burlesque show going on. All kinds of raffle prizes, silent auction. TJ's coming back. So let's get back to that.
So in the state of in the state of Illinois, disabled veterans are pretty much shite, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, the person I was camping with this weekend, probably one of my closer friends that I've made since I moved down here. She's like a kid sister to me. And she is also a disabled veteran.
Okay.
And she helped me get set up with this.
What is this?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Texas State Parks. Parkland's Passport.
Cool.
Okay. Disabled veteran.
It's a yearly pass for the state parks and shit.
This one does not expire.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
This is permanent. Okay. So this pass does not expire. Eligible persons include veterans of the U.S. Armed Services holding a 60% or more service-connected disability. Pass holder is entitled to free entry to any state park in the state of Texas.
That's awesome.
Pass does not waive or reduce other applicable park activity, facility, or camping fees. So, if I go somewhere and I decide to stay in a cabin, I've still got to pay some of the cabin fee, but I get in for free.
So you get to go to the Alamo for free.
Yeah. Eligibility requirements are outlined in Title 31 Texas Administrative Code. Pass is valid only for pass holder and is non-transferable. Pass holder benefit includes 50% reduced entry for one person helping the passport holder. Policies and benefits subject to change without notice. Refer to texasparks.org or texasstateparks.org. So this card, I can go to any Texas state park and get in for free.
Yeah.
We did the primitive tent camping thing this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I camp for free.
Nice.
There you go.
All right. I had to bring food and alcohol.
Right.
And a comfortable chair. And a
Some
tent with no floor.
cost.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that are there.
Next time I see some, I'll grab them.
Like, I look at this state and what they do, and then I look back at where I was raised, and where I was raised, if you walk up to somebody and say, hey, I'm a disabled veteran in Illinois, 80% of the people are going to be like, oh, cool, get on your knees. I need to wipe my butt, and I'm going to use your face.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I'm only
in
laughing because it
Wisconsin.
sounds so ridiculous.
Up in Wisconsin, they have a similar deal as Texas in regards to their state parks. Illinois, I'm not sure if they do.
What?
So,
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. That kind of proves the difference. Like in Illinois, I had to fight for everything I had. Down here, I mean, I'm getting some stuff that I didn't even know I was able to get. Like, and I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just shocked at how much they want to do to take care of the veterans.
yeah. I mean, down here, even if there is something
Yeah.
that you can use, it's usually wrapped
Even with
in
not
red
being veteran,
tape and stuff
fucking
like that.
moving out of Illinois was the best thing
Yeah.
I ever done.
So how many of us are stuck in Illinois? Raise your hand.
I go up there to visit
We're
time.
trying to hide it.
I got a bunch of family and friends up there, but nope, I'm good.
I do too. But, I made the decision. Like I was trying to explain this a couple days ago. The decisions that I made as far as how and why and what I wanted done and why I moved out of Illinois, I mean, the decisions are still there. They were made for a reason, and I still say it was the best possible thing I could have done is get TF out of Illinois.
Yeah.
And Chris will tell you, I mean, Chris and I have been friends for a long time. What is the difference in my demeanor from when I was up there and now?
I think you're a lot happier, and even me. I mean, I loved what I did up in Illinois. I worked for Top Fuel Saloon for 3 years. I worked at the gas station. I mean, I made good money at the gas station only because I was always there, and I sat on my ass playing Xbox and basically doing everything I do at home, just getting paid
Eating Cheetos.
Yeah. But living down here in Kentucky, I mean, I actually have money saved in the bank now, and I feel like I can fucking breathe about shit.
Right.
I don't stress about my bills and the fucking cost of living because oh my God, it's way better down here.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, like, again, I kind of go back to the property taxes.
Yeah.
Like, I described my property that I still have in Illinois that my cousin's buying. And I said, oh, yeah. And this was to a friend of mine down here. And I go, yeah, the property taxes on her are about $500 a year. And his friend goes, what? And I said, yeah, I mean, the property taxes on it are about $500 a year.
Now, you see, I thought as a veteran, property taxes and stuff like that got waived.
But
Yeah, but they're dragging their feet on it.
It also depends on what county you live in Illinois too, and
yeah, they put a lot of provisions in there that I did not know about. Steve, the only thing that you could, I mean, look around. There are subsidized housing places that base off of your income and do everything like you've got in other states. And I hate to tell you, I ought to go over and take a picture of the one that's right here in the town I live in. It's a hell of a lot nicer than any other apartment complex I saw up there.
I lived in one when I was in Wisconsin. The rent was like $450. There was no utility.
My driveway goes up,
and it was a 100-year-old.
The end of the street,
hotel.
And then you take a right. You know, you go past my house, but on the other side is the low income place, and it's one of the nicest low income places I've ever seen. And I don't mind living in view of it.
Wow.
Right now, the low-income home that
it's mostly old people, though. Anyways,
because I'm living off of my Social Security. The place I'm living in, it's a new build, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I pay $36.
What happened to Adam and Renee, or Adam and Irene?
I'm here.
Adam's talking.
Yeah,
I was listening. Adam was talking. Am I sure your internet's not glitching now?
Huh?
Are you sure your internet's not glitching now?
No, I don't hear or see Adam.
Well, here, let me help you with that.
I see Irene's big tittied cock.
Yeah, baby.
Do you see Adam now?
I see a black screen.
What?
Hold on. Here, hold on. Let's try that, and then let's try that.
How about now?
Adam's black.
Black Adam.
Wow.
His screen. Wow. His screen is black. His screen is dark.
It's like, listen, so I know sometimes I can get a tan, but man.
No.
Damn.
His screen is dark.
I know I qualified for Section 8, but really?
I think he took a little offense to that, Chris.
It's an industry term. It's not much used anymore. And they definitely are not allowed to say it while the camera's rolling.
And yet,
you got a blank screen. Your screen is dark.
Yep.
But no, there's Chris. Adam's black. What?
Hey, that's a revelation to me. That explains Julie's joy at night.
Damn. Adam's response, in case you did not hear it, Chris, was, "Oh, he's black. That explains his wife's joy at night now." Might as well.
I can't hear or see Adam.
Well, Steve's saying he sees it's got to be something on your end because we're all seeing Adam fine.
Yep. Yep. So I don't know what's wrong with your stuff, Chris, but I'm talking right now. And if you can hear me, respond with something. Say something. Anything.
He's obviously not hearing you.
Yeah, he can't hear me.
I don't see or hear Adam.
Dude, I'm telling you. I mean, he's sitting here. He just said, I'm talking right now. I'm talking right now. If you can't hear it, respond with something.
Hold on.
And okay, so Chris is going to restart his device.
Am I just mute because I'm black?
Jesus.
Come on, Chris.
God.
Yeah.
Of
and
course,
the jokes keep
we're
going.
all kidding. I'm obviously not black.
No way.
Irene, you knew that before.
Are you
Okay.
sending Irene pictures again?
What? Me and Irene talked a long time ago. She knows I'm not black.
There, not now. Now I see him again.
Yay!
Ah, yeah. See, so you had to log out and restart it.
Yep. All right.
The wonderful people at StreamYard.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm obviously well versed in what to figure out here because I do that
Right.
shit real quick anymore.
But I mean, oh God, no! I can't believe that you were sitting there saying Adam was black.
I didn't mean it like that. Damn it!
Like I told
I'm gonna
TJ,
enjoy
that
this
must
one
be
for a
why
little
you
while.
couldn't hear me. I was black. I mean, you know.
He might be on to something.
Mm.
Oh man, I need to get some water here.
You see, I'm sitting here biting.
I
my
really
lip.
did a lot of drinking this weekend. God.
See, I'm sitting here biting my lip because I want to say, were you speaking Ebonics?
I'm down in my emergency.
Hard telling you couldn't hear me. So it wouldn't matter anyway.
Oh shit!
Could have been speaking all that jive and you just wouldn't know.
Ooh, he's a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
Well, I'm just talking about Shaft.
Nobody got time for that.
Dude, so you know the shit we build sawmill equipment, and you know some of this shit is like these 10 8-foot long round shafts, and I'll be hauling them around on a fork truck up to where they go. Shaft, come on now, going on down now. Shaft, he's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. The guys I work with, they love me, but they know I'm fucking nuts.
Yeah, see, I just keep waiting for you to say, I'm going to give you my shaft. Which I'm sure your wife has heard that recently.
Well, my brother-in-law, he told me the other day, he says, you know, a lot of the shit you say don't make no sense. I says, yeah, but it makes sense to me, so I'm going to keep saying it. I can't help it.
That's all that counts. You're the one that's got to laugh at it.
Exactly.
Yep.
When I say
Hell,
shit
everybody
like that,
else.
I'm just talking to myself, and I'm sorry if sometimes I start the story in the middle. And you have
Which
no
you've done
idea
plenty of
what's going
times.
on.
Well, sometimes that's just the place where the memory starts.
Yeah, exactly.
So I totally understand that.
But yeah, that was kind of going back to where we were at earlier. I would love to see states do more for our veterans, and especially our homeless veterans, but it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, people, you got your priorities fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
So
more
you're-
worried about migrants.
Well, if it wasn't for veterans, disabled veterans, people who are enlisted now, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we enjoy. You know,
Exactly.
so you know, going up and saying, you know, thank you for your service, that's great. Try telling someone, thank you for the freedom you've given me.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
there's a flip.
can I just say something? And this is only because history tends to repeat itself.
Yeah,
Very
it
true.
does.
There have been so many empires throughout history that have risen up, basically run the world, and it's always only been for a limited time.
Right.
And then they crap all over themselves.
And the American Empire, we're going on what, 250 years?
Coming close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be in the next 50 years, there's going to be a big culture shift in the United States. And it's not going to be pretty.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you know, it was said, Thomas Jefferson, the tree of liberty must be renewed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants.
That is true. And that's why, and I don't care what watch list they want to put me on. I in my personal opinion, all of those people that did that Capitol shit, they were within their constitutional right. None of them should have went to jail for that.
I agree and I disagree. You definitely have a constitutional right to speak your mind. When you, and I don't, was there people that were actually hurt in that?
I know there were a lot of threats. I know some of the guards got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like politicians and things like that, I don't believe so.
I mean, when you start hurting people, you're going over a line. You do have a right to protest. Absolutely. Speak your mind. That's part of what makes this country so great. But if they were going to go that route, in my opinion, then it should have been to walk in there and throw every politician out and say, you're fired. And don't just stop there.
Yeah. I mean, it does say in the Constitution that we have the right to overthrow our politicians.
We do.
The American citizens have the right to overthrow their own government when they become tyrannical, insufferable, and basically all about the money.
And where are we at right now?
Tyrannical, insufferable, and all about the fucking money.
Oh, I was going to say, let's take a look at Nancy for a minute. I'll guarantee you she ain't got McCormick's vodka in that glass.
Fuck no, she's got that top shelf, that top $250 diamond encrusted vodka.
Yeah. $250 a shot.
She ain't drinking no Smirnoff.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it's at. I'm telling you, that's what we're looking at right now.
And as far as her house getting broken into,
No.
Something ain't right there. Her husband was sitting there sniffing glue with that guy. Things got a little funny. Someone got hurt and they needed a cover story.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Hey, we've had a good time sniffing glue. No, I don't want you touching my pee-pee today.
I mean, normally when someone breaks into your house, the glass don't break outside. It breaks inside.
Right.
Yeah.
But here, let's evaluate this for a second, shall we? There is all this crap that hit. And you take a look at how that whole thing breaks down. You're talking the private residence of the then Speaker of the House. There should be security around that place like hell wouldn't have it.
That should be the most guarded, the most guarded private residence in the United States. I'd say, because the White House technically is not a private residence.
No, it's not.
It is actually considered a national park, but it's where the president lives. So if he ain't living in his house, the Speaker of the House should be the most protected private residence in the United States.
Yeah, because the president and the vice president relocate. The president at the White House, the vice president at the Naval Observatory.
Yep.
And that's where they lived during their term. Now, they could go back to their private residence, and then it gets locked down like hell wouldn't have it. But The chain of command is the president, the vice president, the speaker of the House.
Yep.
Yeah.
In all honesty, yes, that should be one of the most guarded places in the United States.
Well,
and I'm pretty sure it is.
Honestly, when Biden got elected, me and my wife both thought it was a coup to get Nancy Pelosi in.
I'm
'Cause
surprised they didn't go
they
for
were
it.
going to hope that Biden died immediately, and then Kamala got impeached, and then it would be Pelosi.
I could have seen that, actually. But then the midterms rolled around and Pelosi out again
Mm.
for, well, about another, 9 months, 8 months,
Yeah.
9 months to the election.
Well, at this rate, if we wait long enough, Biden's going to get taken out by stairs.
It's not
Oh,
a
Lordy.
that's not a lie.
He just
Nope.
fall wrong, going upstairs and slide down, and yeah, he'll forget
That
why
is-
he was trying to go upstairs in the first place. And
But you're not wrong.
Where did I leave my keys?
I don't know.
Well, no, you said Biden don't know why he was going up the stairs to begin with. And
Well,
yeah, it's funny because you know what? There is one thing the president does not carry.
keys.
geez,
Keys. President don't have a key to a damn thing on him.
I'm looking for the key to my Corvette. I've got to hide those documents.
I'm sorry, you're not allowed to drive, Mr. President. I don't know how you think you were driving a Porsche at 180 miles an hour on a track, because you are not allowed to drive anything, anywhere, anytime, unless you're like George W. Bush and found a loophole and bought 2,000 acres in East Texas so you can drive in your fields.
Oh, dude, President Johnson did drive. LBJ, when he was alive, he did. When he was in office, he'd come back to visit Central Texas, and he would drive.
Yeah, I think it was after Reagan that they said president's not allowed to drive no more.
So did Reagan drive?
They tried to shoot Reagan.
Yeah.
He was the actor,
Reagan-
right?
Reagan would sneak down from the residence and then go find one of the cars with the keys in it, make sure nobody's looking, and then he would sneak out to go get a burger.
Yep.
Oh,
I mean, he's just like, Reagan was like, I'm the president. I do what the fuck I want. You shut up. And he would go.
But at the same time, he was the average Joe.
Yeah, he really was. He was going to get a burger and a beer, or a brat and a beer. I mean, he really was just this laid back guy, you know?
right.
So like 6 weeks after they tried to shoot him, I mean, they completely missed, and they got someone else.
Oh,
And it was Bill Brady, Governor Bill
Yeah.
Brady, that got shot, and that's how the Brady bill eventually came about. But like 6 weeks afterwards, he was doing a USO speech at some military base, and some balloons popped, and they popped pretty loudly, and he didn't even flinch. He just finished his sentence and said, "By the way, you missed."
And that was Reagan.
wow.
Dude was the man.
I will
That's
never
crazy.
forget that debate against his opponent in '84. And they first thing they did was they brought up age. And he says, yeah, I understand that age is going to be a big part of this election, and we do have to look at that, but I can give you my word that I will not allow my opponent's youth and inexperience to become a factor in this election or sway a vote.
Who was his opponent?
I don't know, but he was a younger guy. The guy was in his 40s. And I mean, Reagan just tagged him right between the eyes right then and there. I'm going, oh, damn.
Like, yeah.
And he just flipped it. It was great.
Didn't he tell the joke about the guy delivering a speech on a manure pile, and he's like, "Yeah, this is a Republican speech, but I've never given it on a Democratic platform."
I think he is. And, here's kind of the funny thing. Like, a lot of people don't get it, but Reagan originally was a Democrat.
Yep.
Hmm.
And an actor.
And an actor. And then
Yeah, that's what I thought.
he changed parties in the mid 70s to the Republican Party. So, I mean, the guy went in there and he knew how the other side of the aisle played the party politics. And he is the only guy I have seen to this point that his primary competition in the primary, he beat him and then said, "Will you be my vice president and help me get through this?"
Ah.
Yep.
Because George H.W. Bush was his primary opponent for the Republican primary.
And then he was his vice president, and then the next election, he took the presidency.
Well, you had the
Yeah.
2 terms with Reagan, and then Bush went ahead and stepped up after that. And I mean, I think those 12 years, which coincidentally were the first 12 years of my life, I honestly think that was probably financially some of the best years that we had.
Yeah.
Did Daddy Bush only do 1 term?
Yeah, and then he was defeated by Slick
Clinton?
Willie.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody's favorite
Hey, man.
resident of Hope,
You know-
Arkansas.
Everything's been fucked since the Clinton administration. And don't that just sound czarist,
Yeah,
imperialist? The Clinton administration, the Clinton dictatorship.
the Clinton crime syndicate.
Yeah, exactly. Ding, 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 ding.
Thank you, Rush Limbaugh, for coining that one before you passed away. Dude, I mean, how Hillary got away with Benghazi is still beyond me.
Well, that's what happens when you can make people disappear.
And I mean,
Allegedly.
well, and I'm going to go another step with this too. I remember in the 90s when everybody threw a big fit about Bill banging Monica and Pamela Flowers and everybody else that was involved, right? And I looked at the picture of Hillary, or I saw Hillary on a news conference or something. And I'm looking and I'm like, hell, I'd be banging everybody else too. I wouldn't want to sleep with her.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's
My mom used
definitely, it's a different era now.
Yeah.
Well, I think she's killed more people than Gacy.
Oh,
maybe.
snap.
Maybe.
That's messed up.
But at least Gacy looked like a clown when he did it.
Right?
They'd go out happy. Just kidding.
Wait,
Well,
Irene, you're not
well,
afraid of clowns, are you?
I don't know. Have you seen her on TV lately? She kind of looked like a clown.
Yeah,
I
well,
haven't
that
seen
was
her
just
lately.
that was the makeup to try to make her look like a normal person again.
Say bad makeup can do that.
Hey, you know what? That actually makes me kind of wonder something. Do you think after Hillary Clinton takes off her makeup, she looks like the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt?
Most likely.
No, that's Nancy Pelosi.
No,
Mm.
Nancy Pelosi looks like the Crypt Keeper all the time. With a lot heavier lipstick.
I don't know. Hey, Chris, you seen me without my makeup today. How different I look. How do you think Hillary looks without her makeup?
Now that you put it like that.
I'm just saying, makeup goes a long way, baby.
Oh man. All right. Okay. You know, that's great. That's actually what about Kamala Harris with no makeup? How bad would that be?
I don't know. It depends on what
No,
kind of makeup
I
she
would
wears.
still rather have AOC with a ball gag.
Well, who wouldn't? Dude, I may not agree with AOC's, especially her environmental policies she's trying to push,
Mhm.
but that does not make me stop thinking I would love to get right in the middle of them things and motor boat the hell out of them.
Hey, y'all can fuck off because the sexiest woman in politics or anything like that is Candace Owens.
Is she the one from over yonder?
You know who Ben
I forget where it's
Shapiro is?
from. Is she the one that got in trouble?
She works with Ben Shapiro. She's like a political analyst or something like that.
Analyst.
Yeah. Analyst.
Analyst?
Yeah, you want to take a look at her analyst.
I wonder what her analyst is. How many names are on there?
And it's funny because she actually lives in Tennessee, a few miles from Kid Rock, and hangs out with him on a regular basis.
And see, I can see Chris go and meet her and go, hey, you know what? I'd love to be able to slide into your analyst.
No, if I ever met her, I'd be like, dude, you're fucking cool as fuck.
Okay, so TJ, I'm sending you info about Candace Owens in case you want to share her picture.
Oh, well, that might.
Yeah.
I had to look it up. And Chris, please tell me if I located the wrong Candace Owens, because this one showed up on IMDb. So I might be
Has she
wrong.
been in movies?
I just quick Googled it, and that's what showed up at the top of the list. So please let me know if I'm wrong. But honestly, if that's who he's talking about, I'd rather have AOC.
Whoa. Damn.
Sharing is caring.
Now, I think it's a different.
Yeah.
Before you know, here, let me look. Let me look. I'm sure I can find Candace Owens.
Tennessee. Where in Tennessee does Kid Rock live?
Candace Owens, a conservative, young black woman.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Candace Owens show.
Okay. Then she would have her own IMDb if she has her own show.
Oh, well, yeah, okay. So here we are. No, I mean, if you look at here, let me share the screen I'm looking at.
Okay.
If you look at the pictures that I'm seeing, I mean, I think you got about a tie there.
Okay.
Just Candace Owens is obviously smarter, so you wouldn't need the ball gag. That makes it better.
Exactly.
I've seen her.
Yeah, you know who she is.
Yeah, I know who she is. She's on on TikTok and on YouTube, and she's always talking about this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politician, always talking about this and that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name of the podcast.
She's got nice cleavage. Sue me. I'm gonna look.
Well, I think she is drop dead gorgeous. She is beautiful. She's smart. She's intelligent.
Yeah, that's the difference right there. Is
when she opens her mouth, intelligent things come out.
Yeah, you don't need the ball gag.
Yeah.
And she
Although
is actually a very attractive lady.
ways to mute AOC though.
Well, I mean, that counts out me and Chris.
Well. See, unfortunately, she'd probably cancel your ball gag.
Right.
It's okay. I have other things that can plug that hole.
She'd be like, that ball gag was made out of 100% organic rubber and is not environmentally conscious.
No, she'd look at it and say, hashtag not me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guess that's true.
See, now, could you imagine what would happen if AOC wound up in the same cell as Bill Cosby? That might be worth watching.
That would.
Because, dude, Bill Cosby's going to try to get up on that.
Yeah.
You know,
Have you had a pudding pop
they just
today?
had me thinking, because they send like Martha Stewart and people like that. You know what kind of prison they send them to?
Oh, dude, it's like a fucking country club.
It is.
Yeah.
It's called Club Fed.
Yeah, the ones with the horses. And...
Yeah. You know where I think they should go?
Guantanamo?
Stateville, Joliet, Illinois.
No.
Alcatraz?
Alcatraz.
Go way back, and I'm going to say we're going to put them in a Russian gulag.
Ew.
Send them to Black Dolphin,
Ooh.
Russia.
Yeah, the gulag prison, where basically if you finish your sentence and make it out alive, you're lucky.
Yeah.
Good fucking Lord. Now my computer decides to go nuts with updates.
Fucking every day's a death match.
Celebrity death match.
Hillary's got to hire her people from somewhere.
Yeah. I bet they do come out of that Russian gulag. I want my bird. What you bet that's the end of that one right there? I want my bird. No, I want my bird.
So
So-
I'm
no,
wondering
dude,
when we're going to get this fucking list from Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, which list is that?
Ooh,
What the-
wait.
The continuation or the victims list?
The
or the,
victims list.
Either the victims list or the client list
That's what I'm looking for, the client list.
instead of the visitors list. So
What,
it's different
Epstein?
slightly. Yeah.
Well, and when I type in, Ghislaine Maxwell and look up news, you know who comes up first?
Epstein?
Nope.
Hillary.
P. Diddy working with Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer for his 2000 rape and trafficking case.
Good Lord. Puff Daddy?
Jesus. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy,
that's-
whatever he wants to go by.
That's 1, 2,
Poo Drizzle. I don't know.
3. Three out of the first
Everybody knew
5
Puff Daddy
stories
was
on-
horny. Chris, back when P. Diddy was Puff Daddy, was he or was he not one of the horniest fuckers that was out there?
He was, and if he wasn't friends with Biggie, he would be nobody.
Right.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Ghislaine Maxwell, writing a tell-all, has been obsessively working on memoirs behind bars. And nearly 200 names linked to Jeffrey Epstein expected to be made public. And that was 1 month ago in news.
Chris, is there something you need to tell us?
I ain't on none of those lists.
Allegedly.
We don't have enough money to be on one of those lists.
I was
None of
going to
us
say,
do.
I don't have enough money to be on one of those lists.
Yeah.
And even if he did have the money, we'd have to question whether or not he'd do it.
I believe somebody actually did buy his island. It was for sale for dirt cheap because nobody wanted to buy it because of the stigmatism behind it. But I think somebody finally bought it.
The ground is made from sand and cum. What do you expect?
I expect Steve to try to put a bid in on it so he can move there.
Hmm?
Like,
I
I'll
don't
add
know,
to this.
People thought that the island may have been cursed by many virgins.
Like the 72
no, I think it was,
virgins, or
I think it was more along the lines of cursed by a whole bunch of sweaty whores.
There you go.
That's why if that's the case, man, and it's, if you go to heaven, you get 72 virgins. You know what? Here's where I stand with that. Then send me to hell because I want 72 slutty chicks that know what the fuck they're doing.
so listen, my thing is, it says 72 virgins. It never says male or female, in which you get upon arrival. It's just virgin.
True.
Now with them 72 slutty hookers, make sure they do their Kegels because I don't want to be throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Bouncing a hot dog down the Grand Canyon.
You know how that'd work. Here's my luck, is I'd get down there and I'd say that, and then Bill Clinton would already be there going, well,
Want some of their cigar?
yeah, I'm making up for all the years I had to sleep with Hillary.
Come on, they slept together like on Donna Reed. There were 2 separate beds in the bedroom.
Yeah, kind of like somebody else I know.
Chelsea was conceived with the turkey baster.
Yeah, I don't think a turkey baster is going to get somebody pregnant.
No, it's the filling.
Good God.
Shit.
I almost need to just go get a snack and sit back and just let you guys go at it. Because it's like, what the fuck?
Well, sometimes we do need.
Oh, wait a minute.
No,
I better
maybe
be
I didn't cook
careful
enough this weekend.
I need to be careful about how I'm wording that because then we'd hear Irene's thumper start up again. God, the two of you.
There it goes.
There you go, Irene.
Thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Prince
Well,
Andrew
like I
and
said-
Bill Clinton are among more than 100 people named in newly published legal documents linked to the pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The disclosure of the first batch of court files include the names of victims, friends, and associates of the sex offender and Ghislaine Maxwell, although many others will have no direct link to Epstein.
Damn.
Wasn't Vera Wang on it, like the designer? Like, I want to know what she was doing on Epstein Island. Like, you know what I mean?
Trying to make designs by Wang.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to tell us about it? Yeah.
This one
I'm
time
not
on
asking.
Epstein Island.
I'm not asking because I'm afraid to know.
Well, I'm trying to find the list. Okay.
I don't think I've seen like the full list. I've just seen like a couple names drop. Like, these are a couple of the names. My cat is crazy.
Well, eventually they got to put out the list because it's going to be public evidence.
Yeah.
Well, it says just because they're on this list doesn't mean they've been accused of any wrongdoing. Although Prince Andrew appears prominently, with the documents mentioning a previously reported accusation that he groped Johanna Sjöberg, which he denies.
Mm.
Prince Andrew, huh?
But among the list is Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, David Copperfield, John
David
Connolly.
Copperfield.
Yeah. John Connolly, Alan Dershowitz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Gore, Richard Branson, Stephen Hawking.
What's he gonna do? Yeah,
Motorboat.
baby, just like that.
Wait, use your vibrator.
No, not on my throat.
Well, I'll do it.
Well, you
Former
might like it.
Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, Michael Jackson, AI pioneer Marvin Minsky, Kevin Spacey, George Lucas.
Lucas was just trying to find the color for his purple lightsaber.
Kate Blanchett from Lord of the Rings, Naomi Campbell, Heidi Klum,
Damn.
Bruce Willis, Mick Jagger's wife Bianca, former governor
But
of
not
New
Mick Jagger?
Mexico Bill Richardson,
I like Bill Richardson. Damn it.
Cameron Diaz, Glenn Dubin,
Glenn Doobie.
he's a American hedge fund manager who was allegedly friends with Epstein. Him and his wife are both on it. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York.
Holy shit.
Bobby Kennedy.
Oh,
Woohoo.
big shock there.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't he like known for not just like all that stuff, but he was also into like tax evasion and like through his hedge funds and stuff, like hiding money and that kind of like corporate cover up shit.
Yeah, Epstein was doing a lot of foul shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just because they went there doesn't mean that they were into that stuff. They could have been like, like I could see a lot of them trying to cover up their money and shit like that. Like if they did something shady.
There are a couple names on there that kind of shocked me though, like George Lucas.
Yeah. Like I said, trying to find the right color for the lightsaber.
Or he was looking for a scene for his next Star Wars.
This list is fucking long, dude. It's like a who's who of sex traffickers and political representatives.
Damn.
Mhm.
Actors, actresses, Hollywood elite, hedge fund
Bruce
managers.
Bruce Willis was on there before he couldn't talk, so he could order out.
Teen
Look,
recruiters.
Bruce
for
Willis was
Epstein.
on there because he was trying to get people out of Nakatomi Tower.
Yeah. Yippee-ki-yay, mother.
It was another Die Hard movie in the making, Escape from Epstein Island.
Hey, Hans Gruber was the hero of that movie. He is the one who died hard.
That's true. I watch it every Christmas.
It's like,
Hell
no,
yeah,
he
same
stopped
here. It ain't-
hard.
It ain't
And
Christmas.
that's how he
until
died.
He falls off of Nakatomi Towers.
Yeah,
Amen
he
to
stopped
that.
hard. Yep.
And I love it because, you know, you hear so many people, that's not a Christmas movie. I'm like, bullshit.
The only reason he's there is for a fucking Christmas party.
Exactly.
Well, Gremlins 2 is a Christmas party, too. They have Christmas
Yes.
backgrounds in it and stuff like that.
It's a
Mhm.
Christmas movie.
Yep.
Yeah. I
And
agree.
they
I
had
concur.
plenty of water.
There's another.
Oh, Chris has a thought.
No,
What's
there's
up,
another
Chris?
one. That's
Uh-oh.
a Christmas movie that you don't even think it's a Christmas movie.
What's that?
I can't remember though.
The original Lethal Weapon.
Mhm.
Yep, that's true.
Was that
He
at Christmas
putting
time,
up
too?
his Christmas lights
Yeah.
around his deck and around his boat.
Ah.
Let me see. I'm thinking here.
Home Alone movies, of course.
Well, obviously.
Did you know that those were John Hughes movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Doesn't it say like on the credits?
Christmas movies you didn't know were Christmas movies.
Thanks, Google.
Trading Places, Batman Returns.
Batman's
I
I
Return.
forgot about Batman Returns.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Edward Scissorhands, that's the one.
Edward Scissorhands.
Because they talk about how it never snowed until he came down, and then every year afterwards it snowed.
Hmm.
What special things don't happen until Johnny Depp appears? What?
Ghostbusters 2. Because that was Christmas
see that
and
one.
New Year's.
Yeah.
That was in between. Because wasn't it New Year's when they walked the statue down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, I remember seeing that in theaters.
Uh-huh.
Dude, you know what I learned last week? You remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Yeah.
Now you see this handsome devil here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at myself right now.
This guy here is 6 years older than Uncle Phil was when that show premiered.
Damn.
Oh.
Now, do any of you guys have
Wow.
Peacock?
Yes.
Do I have
Are you
what?
watching the Ted TV series?
Huh?
Are you watching Ted?
Not yet. I'm going to start it, though. But I'll tell you what, they redid the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh, they redid it?
yeah.
Oh
I seen
yeah,
it.
they called
wanna
it
do
Bel
that.
Air, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
I don't want
I
to
think I
watch
heard
it.
of that.
yeah. I don't want to watch it either, Chris. I just have a feeling like it's going to ruin it in some way, shape, or form.
Right?
No.
No.
And TJ's dogged me for this before. I've never seen. The only Marvel movie I've ever seen was the first Spider-Man. I've never seen any of the other Marvel movies, and I've never seen any of the Transformer movies.
What in the
Because
what?
I watched the remake of Pete's Dragon, and I felt like my
Mhm.
childhood was ruined to the point where I got the original out and watched it twice.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, you see, the only Marvel movie I watched was Avengers Endgame. That's it. Didn't watch any of the others.
Dude, I watched all the
What?
others, and I do enjoy them.
Cartoons
seriously.
and comics I enjoyed as a kid. I'd like to remember them that way.
All right.
Oh.
So I'm gonna kind of
Like
get into this Bel Air. Like, I just watched it again for the third time.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
I
there
think
you
I
go.
have that
That's the
same
original.
set.
But I just watched the reimagined series. I just watched it again all the way through for the third time. The first and second seasons. And I'm telling you right now, I was really nervous because I did like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Dude, Will Smith is an executive producer on the show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He has his hands in it. The original Ashley Banks shows up as a teacher in the second season.
Ooh.
Nice.
Did she get
They
hot?
are they huh?
Tell me
She
she
got
got smoking hot.
Oh yeah.
She was cute to start with, you know what I mean?
It was.
But I'm telling you, I'm gonna be flat out with you. The way that Will Smith, because I guess they came to the original cast and they said, we want to reinvent Bel Air and we want to do it again. And it was Smith that said, you cannot fuck with the legacy of what the original show was. So if you want to use the characters, you want to bring it back, you want to reinvent it, it cannot be the comedy series. It has to be darker. Much darker.
Like a gritty, more realistic?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's got its comical moments, but
Dude, no, you know, Will Smith used to fuck with the other cast.
Oh,
during the
yeah.
filming. In the first season, and you can catch him doing it if you pay attention and watch closely. As the other people are talking, if it shows Will, you can see him lipping their lines. He memorized everybody's lines.
but now he's in the writer's room. He's on the floor. He's an executive producer. He's got his hands all over this. And I'm going to tell you right now, the way they
Just like Chris
redid
Rock.
it, the way they redid it, fucking mind-blowing.
Mm.
Okay.
And I think they picked everybody for the way the parts are now. I think they picked everybody perfect for it. Like, Jeffrey's not just a butler. Jeffrey's like borderline gangster.
He's still,
Oh.
And then,
how much they, besides Will, Carlton, and the other kids, like, I know Phil's dead.
yeah,
And is Jeffrey still alive?
I believe he is. And I think one of the Vivians is still alive, too.
Well, because they did a reunion thing, and the original Vivian didn't want to show, but then they had a little bit with her and Will Smith, and they sat down, and Will Smith was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, I was a young dumb punk kid. I was an asshole, and it is kind of my fault you left the show."
Yeah.
But then again, like I say, history repeats itself. You hand an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid $1 million, and they're going to be an asshole.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so like I was saying, now the second Vivian was actually on Bel Air.
Okay.
And there's just been a lot of that interaction. Now they're like, we don't know if Will's going to I think Jazzy Jeff is still alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so you still got Jazz, you still got Will. I don't think you're going to see those two because
See, I would like to, if they would have brought it back as like a next generation type thing, like Carlton took over the mansion and they're all still friends and hang out.
Yeah.
But I mean, all right, so some differences. Like Hillary is actually trying to have ambition.
Outside of shallow ambition.
Oh yeah, very much so. But she's
Okay.
trying to be an online influencer and promote her cooking.
Okay.
And like she's a rock star in the kitchen on this.
Which,
okay.
in the original show, she didn't know how to cook at all.
In the original show, she'd fuck up boiling water.
Yeah. Make like the worst pancakes ever.
Don't ask her to make toast.
Yeah.
You want Hillary to make toast? You better ask Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if anybody asked Hillary to do something like that, she'd turn around and go, Jeffrey.
Yep.
Yeah, that joke's gone. Jeffrey is the house manager. He keeps everything running on time, but man, he is like just dark gangster. This is also the guy that walks in and just scares the fuck out of people for Phil. And he'll do it.
He's the enforcer.
Yeah. Vivian in this is an artist that put her career aside for a little bit so Phil could try, run his career up through the roof.
Okay.
Ashley, there are a lot of similarities between the original Ashley and this one. There's a lot of similarities between the original Will and this one. This is the one that'll throw you off, and it's Carlton.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
No. Carlton is ambitious. He is ruthless. He's a lacrosse player. And he's a cocaine addict.
Cocaine.
I mean, and dude, he'll fucking destroy anyone he can.
Yeah, that would definitely change the show.
Yeah. I mean, it is a lot darker premise. Uncle Phil, man, getting Jeffrey's bad enough. When Phil gets involved, be somewhere else.
It makes me wonder. Do you remember the pool hustling episode?
Yes.
Yes.
How would
Yes.
that go now?
Jeffrey bust out Lucille.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And dude, I mean, it's just the way you see Uncle Phil on this one now. Oh, he's still shooting pool, smoking cigars. He's got the power. He knows it, but he still remembers where he came from. Now, instead of being Malcolm X, it's Tupac and, NWA and stuff like that hanging on his wall. Dr. Dre. But no, this new reimagine, and I think that was another one that Will was very adamant about. He's like, you cannot do Uncle Phil the same way. Because if you do, that's going to insult the memory of Avery Brooks, who, I think it was Avery Brooks that played the original Uncle Phil.
Yeah.
They said, you're not going to do that. So it's got to be reinvented in a way that the original series still has what it is, because it really, it endeared to a lot of our hearts. But this has got to be its own entity. It's got to be its own animal. Yes, there's going to be the similarities, but we've got to blow this out of the box. And the only way to do that is to make it a very dark drama. When Will met Lou in this series, in the new one, Lou popped off something about Will's mom, and Will goes, "You don't talk about my fucking mama like that. You better get your fucking punk ass out the fucking house." Boy, I'll do, dude, try it.
But still, it's still the same premise. Like, he's from West Philadelphia.
He's from West Philadelphia, and it wasn't a fight that sent him out there. It was a gun charge.
Oh.
And Phil pulled strings and got Will out of the gun charge.
Get my mom's name out your mouth.
Yeah, and I mean, it was get my mama's name out your motherfucking broke ass mouth.
Hey, I'll talk about Jada, whatever, Pickett Smith, because before she was married to Will Smith, she actually was in a metal band. And before she was in a metal band called Wicked Wisdom, she was actually the in-house coke dealer for Death Row Records.
Nice. So she's been around that block.
She's been around.
Didn't she date Tupac at one point in time?
I think she did.
Yes.
Didn't she? Yeah.
Yes.
I guess she always wanted to date a rapper, but Will wasn't as gangsta.
Dude, Will Smith rap can't even really be called rap, honestly.
Yeah.
When I roll into the Wild Wild West. Because
it's like,
don't understand.
Stroke yourself, feel good music. That's not fucking, no. If I'm thinking rap, I'm thinking NWA. I'm thinking Death Row Records. I'm thinking Lynch Mob. I'm thinking, let's go back. Biggie and Tupac, one of the biggest fucking rivalries ever, right?
Yeah.
I'll go back even further with some Run DMC.
Right.
Yeah.
House of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Eazy-E. Curtis Blow.
Good God. Now you are going back.
Yeah.
Are you trying to prove how fucking old we are?
I'm just trying to prove, don't fuck with me when it comes to music, because I know all the genres too.
But all right, guys. Well, we're coming up on it. We've done almost a 2-hour show today.
Hey,
Fuck
good
yeah.
show.
So nice to be back in my studio. Still a lot of things going on at work. If everything goes forward in the next couple of weeks, then our time will probably be changing again. We're going to stick to Sundays, but our time is probably going to change.
Okay.
All right. And don't forget, folks, this Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to be live on the Asgard Facebook page Tuesday with the band Mass Punishment. And if you were ever involved in the military, you should know what a mass punishment is. And then
Beat your
Thursday
face, fool.
with Raven Black. And it's going to
Hell
be on
yeah.
the Asgard Facebook page.
So check
Both
that
of them
out,
would be
everybody.
really
Hope you
good
really
shows.
enjoyed the show. Adam, what are your final thoughts tonight?
I'm just glad to be back on the show. I've been gone a bit, and I've been sick and stuff like that. So I'm glad I actually have the energy to be on the show. Outside of that, it's the usual, just like Chris would say, support your local musicians or artists, just in general. Just help them out. Buy their work. Don't steal their work. Come on now. Help them out. Go to their shows. Buy their merch. Do all that. It's all for a good cause. You never know. You may support the next rising star.
Exactly.
Not bad.
Every,
Chris.
every top 40 band at one time was a local musician. Final thoughts tonight? Well, with that and that, I'm going to say drink whiskey, ride motorcycles, and play rock and roll. Live
There you
free,
go.
live fast.
Die hard, but not off of the Nakatomi Tower.
Yeah.
And don't forget, like Adam said, concert season is coming up, so feel free to check out a band you may have not have seen before. All kinds of great shows coming up. Mid-March, the other LA is going to be playing at the Cobra Lounge in Nashville, and they are fucking awesome. Unfortunately, I can't make it to that show because I'll be elsewhere, but yeah. With all that being said, it's been a blast tonight, folks. I love you guys. TJ.
So there it is, everybody. Another edition of Mayhem's Amigos in the can. We had a great job. I hope everybody had a good time while they were listening tonight. Make sure that if you are a subscriber to Morning Disaster Network, 7:00, you've got Cooking the Pours, and that'll be going on. Kick on over and see what what the chef is cooking up this week. Otherwise, not much else going on here. Like I said, my schedule may be changing. It sounds like my transfer is ready to go through once we can get somebody hired to replace me. And I'll be working out of San Antonio rather than Austin.
All right.
Sweet.
So thanks again for tuning in, everyone. I'm TJ. That's Adam. That's Chronic Chris. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Rock and roll.